In 1894, a murder took place at the Count of Warwick's beautiful manor in Scotland. A manservant was slain at a costume party. Ruled an accident, the ghost of the servant still haunts the halls, trying to reveal his murderer 28 years later. Mysterium is a cooperative mystery-solving game for 2 to 6 players from Libellud. Players assume the roles of mediums, trying to solve the mystery of the murder before time runs out and the ghost can no longer hold his form. Will you be able to decipher the ghost's vision, or will he disappear before you can figure it out? Let's find out in Mysterium. Take the character, location, and object psychic cards and shuffle them. The number of cards you lay out depends on 2 things: the number of players and the level of difficulty you wish to play. When choosing the number of players, be sure to include the ghost in that number. Lay out the appropriate number of character psychic cards and place the character progress board below them. Repeat this for the location and object cards. Place the epilogue progress board at the top of the play area. The clairvoyancy track is double-sided, one side for 4 to 5 players, the other is for 6 to 7 players. These are indicated in the bottom corners by a circle of dots. For this game, I have set up for 4 players and 1 ghost, so 5 total players, at a medium difficulty. I have 7 cards laid out above their respective progress boards. Build the clock and set the hand on the 1 o'clock spot and place it near the board. In Mysterium, players can assume one of 2 roles, either the ghost, trying to give visions to let the world know who killed them, where it happened, and what weapon was used, or the mediums, trying to decipher those visions. Set up the ghost screen at the end of the table. Take the ghost tokens and place them under their corresponding color on the screen. Each of the character, location, and object psychic cards have numbers on the back that will correspond with the numbers on the ghost cards. Find the matching numbered cards and shuffle each stack. Draw the number of cards equal to the number of mediums and place them in their corresponding pockets on the back of the screen. Each player will have their own column. Take the number of crows as indicated by the difficulty level you have chosen. For example, I have put 4 of each type of card into pockets representing characters my players have chosen. I have taken all 3 of the crows and placed them near the screen. Now shuffle the vision cards and draw 7 of them. This is your starting hand. The ghost is now ready to play. Choose your character and take the corresponding colored sleeves, crystal ball intuition token, clairvoyancy tokens, and clairvoyancy level marker. Place the intuition token on the character progress board. Place your clairvoyancy level marker on the outside edge of the clairvoyancy track with the arrow pointing down at 0. The number of clairvoyancy tokens you get is determined by the number of players you have. For a 2 to 3 player game, you do not receive tokens. For a 4 to 5 player game, you receive the tokens labeled 1 through 4, and for a 6 to 7 player game, you will receive all of the tokens. Now you are ready to play! Mysterium is played in 2 phases: reconstruction of events and revealing the culprit. Players have 7 rounds to correctly guess the suspect, location, and weapon. If someone cannot guess in 7 rounds, the game is over. The ghost communicates only by vision cards. This means that you cannot speak, give clues, or even change your body language in a way that might give away if your players are right or wrong. The ghost can pick any player to start with. They will choose however many cards out of their hand that they feel best represents the suspect card and hand them to the corresponding player. The ghost can keep track of who they have handed cards to by pushing the ghost tokens up to the screen. Once you have given a player cards, draw back up to 7. Do this for every player. If you feel that you do not have cards that accurately represent the suspect, you can use your crows. Place a crow marker on the top of the screen and discard your hand and draw 7 new cards. Be sure to keep track of what cards are on the table, or you may lead your players in a different direction on accident. Once you have given vision cards to all players, flip the sand timer, discard the rest of your hand, and draw 7 new cards for the next round. Once you have received your vision cards from the ghost, you can begin to decipher what they mean. This can be discussed with the rest of the players. However, we like to try and make a gut decision before opening it up for discussion. If you have made a decision, place your intuition token on the card. More than 1 intuition token can be placed on a single card. However, that does mean that one person will be correct and the other will be wrong. Or they could both be wrong. Other players can gain momentum on the clairvoyancy tracker by marking your guess correct or incorrect by placing their clairvoyancy tokens next to your intuition token. If you think someone is correct, place your clairvoyancy token with the green check mark on it pointing toward that player's intuition token. If you think it is incorrect, place the clairvoyancy token with the red X on it. You have until the sand timer runs out to make your decisions. Once the timer runs out, the ghost will then tell each player whether they interpreted the vision correctly or not. If they have, the player will move their intuition token onto the next progress board, take their suspect card, and place it into their sleeve. Then, give their vision cards back to the ghost to be placed in the discard pile. If the player was incorrect, they will move their intuition token back to the original progress board and keep their vision cards. The ghost will give them more cards in the next round. If clairvoyancy tokens have been placed, those who were correct will move their clairvoyancy track marker up one space. If you were incorrect, your track marker does not move. Place the used tokens on the clock in their indicated spaces. Finally, move the clock hand up 1 hour. Repeat this until everyone has reached the epilogue progress board, or you have completed 7 rounds. A few more things. Once the clock hits 4, players will receive all of their used clairvoyancy tokens that were placed on the clock back to be used for the rest of the game, so don't be shy about putting them out at the beginning. Once players reach the progress board, their clairvoyancy track marker will go up the number of spaces equal to the number of hours left on the clock. You can still use your clairvoyancy tokens to guess if other players are correct or incorrect to move higher on the tracker. Once all players have reached the epilogue progress board, the final phase begins. Remove the remaining cards and progress boards from the table. The ghost will place the number of ghost tokens equal to the number of mediums, number side up, in the center of the table. The mediums will take all 3 of their cards and place them above the numbers. For the final round, the ghost must choose a total of 3 cards to show all of the mediums. 1 card will represent the suspect, 1 will represent the location, and 1 will represent the weapon. These cards must all come from only one player's group of cards. For example, I have cards in my hand that represent all 3 cards in this player's group. So that is the group I will be choosing. Once you have made your decision, lay these cards out in the middle of the table face down. Take the culprit token with the number that corresponds to the group number and lay it number side down on the circle on the epilogue progress board. Once the ghost has determined the killer and laid down the culprit token, you can then start flipping over the vision cards. The number of cards you get to see before making your accusation is determined by the clairvoyancy track. If you only get to see 1 card, choose which card is flipped over and make your decision from that card only. This goes for 2 cards as well. Once you have seen the vision cards, take the clairvoyancy token with the corresponding number and place it in your sleeve. Then pass it to the medium who is the highest on the clairvoyancy track. There is no discussion on these vision cards. Each medium must make this accusation on their own. Once everyone has made their decision, the person who was handed the sleeves will reveal everyone's answers. Whichever number has the highest number of votes is who the mediums have determined as the culprit. If there is a tie, the person highest on the track will make the final decision. That final decision does not have to be the number that they already voted for. Once all answers are revealed, the ghost will flip over the culprit token. If the numbers match, you have discovered the culprit and the ghost can rest easy for eternity. If the numbers don't match, then the game is over and the ghost will have to appear again the next night. And that's Mysterium.